Blessings, family. How are we all doing today? Feels like it's been so long. Let me just sort all of this out. Blessings, Danique. How are you? Hope you're having a blessed day. Empress then. Perfect. How are we all doing? It is a beautiful Sunday. Yes. Blessed Sunday to you too. Hey everyone. Seems like it's been forever, but I know it was only 1 week. Yes, having some. It's funny. Yeah, I missed you too. We missed you too. I got a new phone, so the phone is working perfectly right now. But my new ring light is playing with me, so looks like I'm gonna be holding the phone. But yes, hope you've all had a blessed week. There we go. Blessings. Yes, so it's always a new way saying that Empress is not able to join for some reason. Let me just request to join again. Do, 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 do. So has anyone got any specific astrology questions? By the way, it's not a super busy week astrologically, so we'll have some time to answer some questions as well. Greetings, Sarah. Greetings, Sarah. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. Not sure what's happening. Looks like, yes, Nads. How are you? Okay. Yes, Lisa. Blessings. I'm seeing everyone today. Gosh. Let's see if this will work, actually. No, that's not great at all. Okay, looks. Bear with us 1 second, guys. Just waiting for Empress to join. So, no, we can't do this without Empress. Hey, how are we all doing? How have our weeks been? Has anyone got any good stories about how things have changed this week? Maybe even just perspective or thoughts on what we are doing? Because, yes, I have noticed a lot of the thoughts and the things that were brought up during the eclipse season actually were being reviewed and resolved today. Sorry, guys, it looks like I'm just trying to get Empress Vibrant in, but I'm not sure what's going on. Yes,
Hey,
finally.
I don't know what's been going on. It coming like my
What
phone's
happened?
showing off itself. True, your phone's all new, yeah. The phone's just like, oh no. As I pressed it on, it said it was going live, and then my phone just locked off to the front screen. I was like, but hold on, what is going on?
Yeah, no,
Imagine
it happens.
the phone is showing off. Hey, family.
Yes. It's good to see you. Good to see you. Looking well. You're looking well.
Hey, likewise.
That is it. That is it. It's been a interesting week, you know. And remember, guys, if you have anything that you want us to specifically discuss or touch on, feel free to let us know. If you have any questions, there's the question box as well. Feel free to ask. So, yeah, do you want to kick off or should I kick off?
Darren, we want to know what is going on.
All right, cool. So, To be honest, this week is, I would say, a lot better of a week than we've seen in the last, let's say, 5, 6 weeks. I don't like saying good and bad, it's just positive and negative, but we've had quite a chaotic energy around us. Things have been changing, things have been getting reviewed as well, especially when Mercury retrogrades back into the sign where the nodes were. So there was a lot of things being brought to the surface for us. Depending on what houses these are in, you will see different changes. So if it was on, let's say, the 6th to 12th house axis, which are both quote unquote not great houses, it would be about work, and then your physical quote unquote enemies or employees, and then the internal ones on the other side of that, depending on where your 6th and 12th house is. So we've had a time to review that, which was beautiful, but I've had enough of Mercury being in the sign of Taurus. So the perfect thing is that tomorrow it actually moves out. It goes into the sign of Gemini again, so it's clear of the nodes for a good while. Blessings, Adiola. It's great to see you. So for those who are watching this for the first time or don't know, Mercury is actually about thoughts. It's about communication. It's how we speak. It's what we like to think about. It's how our minds work. And so when that goes into a sign like Gemini, which is a mutable air sign, it's also the domicile or the home of Mercury as well. Mercury gets really comfortable. It's gone back home. It's sitting down. It's going to be sitting down in its chair saying, okay, how are we going to communicate? How are we going to move forward off of what we was reviewing in the sign of Taurus? Because every sign has a lesson that it takes from the previous sign and it gives to the next. So Taurus is about stability, right? It's about building, it's about the practicality. It's about what's going to sustain, what's going to last. But you still need knowledge. You still need communication. You still need friends. You still need information to make that possible. Change is always going to be there. So whilst the mind was thinking about those things that are practical, those things that are pragmatic, building something solid as well, now what it's going to say is, how do you actually adapt and change that to suit what you are doing, especially intellectually and mentally? It's not that some of the things that we say are not correct, we don't want that, but sometimes we need more information to make it possible. Depending on what these shifts were, if you have had like a really major start or ending, which usually happens during the eclipse season, then it's time to review and to change and adapt to that. And that usually will take a lot of information, some learning, maybe even speaking to people as well to learn how you should adapt and change. If it's that your routine has changed, I know some people have changed work, some people have completely new routines, some people are doing new things with their health. You're not going to be able to be the same person as you was before. So take this time to really plan, those things that the universe was pushing you to do. We all have them. This is a good time to get in action with that now, because Mercury's soon going to be out of the shadow period as well. So the things to look at when Mercury is in Gemini is your communication skills, marketing as well. It's basically how you are going to be speaking and also what information you're taking in as well. So look at the things that you're looking at. Really take time to think about those things. What is it that I'm actually looking at right now? Because the sun is also in Gemini as well. So there's a major focus on that at the moment. And, just to top it off, we also are going to have the full moon in Sagittarius, which is on the Gemini Sagittarius axis as well. So this is really going to be highlighting, right, the information that we are gathering and the purpose that we're using it for. So this is a good time to look at maybe some of the things that you were researching and looking at the year before are now redundant. maybe we need to change? Where is it that you're heading now that we've gone through the eclipse season? Because for those who don't know, this is the first full moon that we've had in Sagittarius, or moon cycle that's happened in Sagittarius or Gemini since 2019 that's not been an eclipse. So there has been a lot of chaos on that axis for the last 2 years. So now we have a new start. So start to review some of the things that were happening and some of the topics that may have come to light to you last November, last December. Because these things may be coming up to light. You may be looking at these things and realizing that there's certain things you now need to cut out from the previous eclipse cycle. And that will all be revealed during that full moon cycle. We can really use that gate to focus, because astrology, again, is just a way to direct your focus in alignment with what's happening with the planetary bodies. So it looks like we've got something here. Chaos would be the absolute right word. Yes, it would. And Stacey has also said, so during the retrograde, my work situation was, you've been offered a new job, but still no closure with the current situation. It's definitely, thank you for the question, by the way. And these are the sort of questions that we need as well. And I actually could say I went through the same thing. I actually changed jobs completely during the retrograde season. So, or during the eclipse season. So what I would say, if you've been thinking about that and you've had a new offer, now is a good time to look at communicating with them, finding out, all of the information, still in this shadow period. So make sure you do a little bit of due diligence. And if you believe that's the right decision for you, I would definitely say to take it. But again, that's down to you. Remember, the planets will not tell you what to do. It could give you this opportunity to negotiate a better situation at work, or it could be telling you to go. It really does depend on where you are planning to go with it. But it definitely would be a good time to review what you've done for a couple of days and maybe even look at signing that contract now that Mercury is no longer retrograde. If you know your rising sign, then I could help you out a little bit more as well. If you just put it into the chat or DM me actually your rising sign as well, and we can talk about what house this is actually happening in for you. Because if it is happening, for example, on the 6th to 8th axis, or even the 10th to 4th axis, it would be really indicating that you should maybe change. But let's say if it's in a completely different axis, then it could be having a different meaning. So again, follow your heart, but if you send me a DM with your or your info, I'll be able to sort it out for you. And we said, what month was the Sagittarius full moon in 2019? So it would have been around this time. The full moon Sagittarius is always going to be May, June times, by the way. So this is just a general cycle. It's almost like a circle. So as we're evolving and we're going through the universe like this, we're touching the same topics and same energy, but there'll be different factors affecting that based on where the other planets are, because they move differently. So yeah, it always be around May or June. I don't know the exact date, but I can find that for you and DM it to you. So yes, guys, that is all we have for this week. The week after, it's the summer solstice. I'm disappearing for the summer solstice, going into the woods. But yes, if you have any questions, guys, any more questions, please let me know. And yeah, if you want something specific based on your chart as well, like your rising, drop me a DM. Oh, and also, guys, subscribe to my mailing list. There'll be a weekly mailing list which will be outlining everything that's been going on. Links already in my bio. It's a nice, simple one-page thing. Just click on it. It'll bring you over to my sign-up form, and it's completely free. And you also will get a copy of my booklet. I'm just editing it out, called 11 Secrets, the 11 Spiritual Secrets to Success. So you'll get that sent out to you for free as well. So yes, I'm going to hand it over to the beautiful Empress Vibrant for us to take us through.
Okay, hey, thank you. Yeah, I like that. That really makes sense. What's going on, specifically to do with that kind of what you've been pushed to do, because like we were saying, that friggin' eclipse season kind of really played havoc on many of us, and the nudge now to get things done is like, yes, it's great time, like you were saying, because even in the retrograde there was things still getting done, but you had to kind of tiptoe around certain things because when technology weren't being your friend now, you know what I mean? It weren't easy. It weren't easy by any means. So although I'm still having technicals here and there, it's not necessarily a pause, and it's not necessarily halting the situation totally. I've just kind of got to move around it, and kind of the perception is maybe today just ain't the day to post that. And that's kind of what it's kind of been. So it makes full sense what you were saying, Daryl. So yeah, big up yourself for that. I'm like, that makes full sense, because it was chaos. But right now there is definitely an energy around, like I'm saying, there is this vibe around getting things done, but I still feel there is still a heaviness due to confusion. I feel like there is almost a little bit of so one part feels like this and another part feels like that. You know, there's still a little, and it's weird because right, so it makes sense. The cards that have come up, they're spoken. So you know, you feel it. So basically, like I'm saying, I feel like there's this frustration due to sort of confusion. I'm not sure, or you don't want to trust yourself about a specific situation. For some of you, this is love, relationships, and even just to do with your relationships in general, communication, platonic. So like Daryl was saying, this is definitely a great time to communicate, to get information. So if it is a relationship-based thing, then maybe you have that last heart-to-heart, you know, the last hurrah, to really find out if this is where it's at, if this is what you're really, really wanting, and if this new version of you that you are aspiring to, if this relationship is in alignment with it. So that could be work, it could be, you know, your platonic family, it could be colleagues or whatever. And it does feel a bit heavy because there's a lot of love, but the journey is yours to take. So like Daryl was saying, the stars and the tarot and all of these sort of elements is literally giving you options. You can take this road, you know, it's going to take you down there, you're going to learn something. You can go down this way, you're also going to learn something. So there is so many different avenues. You just have to look at, realistically, in your heart of hearts, does this situation sit right in the alignment of where I'm going? So I don't know who this is for, but definitely spend some time really looking at who you are becoming, because that will give you a beautiful space in which to decipher. It's not always about the other person and how they're going to cope or whatever. It's about you. Excuse me, it's the confirmation. You know, that sort of, are you going to be okay in this situation? So you might be a bit lonely. You know what I mean? It might be times where you might just need a little alone time. So are you okay with filling your own space? You know, are you comfortable with, you know, silence? If you're not comfortable with silence, then it's time to start really getting into self, you know, meditation, breathing, so that you can start getting comfortable with your own energy. Because sometimes when we eradicate people from our space, we say it in a way like, yeah, cut it out. If it ain't for you, cut it out. But nobody really takes the time to really look at the lost part of it, that empty feeling, oh, so what do I do now? And then that causes that sort of, you will then go back into toxic situations because of boredom and because of the space and because of, you know, the things that are familiar around. So be mindful that all of these things, you know, even myself, I'm going back into work. So I've kind of got one notion that I'm nervous in one aspect, because I know that going to work means now my vibration, I'm going to have to work even harder on keeping myself up, because I'm dealing with violence and young people, and I'm a person with a huge big heart, and dealing with people and the violence. It's like, no, just stop it. Just love one another, damn it. You know, but this is not what the reality is. The reality is I'm here to support the trauma. You know, I'm here to support that and to get people back on their feet. So failing that, I know that I'm going to have to lift my vibrations higher. So yes, I will have to step back a little bit more. Now that I've just had a baby, I feel like I'm a little bit more emotional than I was before. So, you know, I know that I'm going to have to look after myself just that little bit more better, which means I'm going to have to dig a bit more deeper. So I say all of that to say the shifts that are taking place, take some time to reflect and some time for just some little TLC, you know, a little, I'm feeling a bit sad, or I feel a bit lonely, or I feel a bit out of sorts, I feel a bit confused. All of those things are normal. Just allow us that time, space for that. The reason why I say all of that, and it came to me, and then these cards are like confirmation, because we've got journey. All right, we've got the journey card, and this person is got the one big bag that might take roam with them. They got their lamp and one little holder. So it says not to take so much things with you, you know, not to travel lightly. So into all your next situations, don't carry the huge big bag, you know, don't be the bag lady, you don't hurt your back, you know what I mean? Like, travel lightly. Have the communication, allow this space for the communication for you to offload that, for you to enlighten someone, to someone to have insight into where you're at, where you want to go, what it makes sense, this relationship, what you're looking for, what you can offer, what you realistically can't. Because sometimes you just ain't got the beans in the tin for all of the stuff. Sometimes it's like, yeah, I can't talk to you this week. I need to just do me this week. No hard feelings. I'll be back to you. I don't even know yet how I feel. So just sit with me for a minute, you know, bear with me for a while. It might be that type of vibe. So the energy is like, the journey is yours. You see that there's not a whole heap of people around it. So it's just talking about your personal journey. Everybody who's around is a beautiful extension, and we've been given these people to recognize our worth, to also dote on somebody who needs that love and tenderness as well. And also just sort of that confidence to make moves, you know. And one of the things I always say is, yes, I missed you guys. Sunday was a whole matter, but it was so great because I needed that chill. When Daryl was saying he was doing his thing, and I said, yes, go to the pageant, enjoy yourself, live your life. Yeah, I had my son here, and he was just all up in my face. And I was like, do you know what? Real talk is about you today, Baba. So I just let him be all up in my face, was climbing all over the whole place. And it's just that journey and that moment, that was what I needed to do. So it's about taking that space. So yes, the plan was blah, blah, blah. And I thought, oh, I'm just going to go on myself. It's like, no, today you just relax too. I was like, for real? Okay, Baba. And we just did our thing. So this is what it is. The journey is yours. One that you have to take regular breaks, take moments for reflection, take some time for just, just go with the flow, man. Everything airy. Don't carry too much things with you. And okay, the plan may have been this big. It's like a beautiful picture, guys. And I don't want to dump on anyone, but the beautiful picture sometimes and the ideals aren't always the be all and end all. It's not the destination. We get so hooked up on what this destination looks like. And sometimes it messes with us because it's like, but it doesn't look like the pretty picture that I saw from before, you know, and it's not moving towards that. And you don't know what source divine's got for you. You know what I'm saying? This day they're looking at one part of the puzzle. There's so much more. There's so much bigger things going on. So be mindful of that. Be kind to yourself in this time. And remember, it's your journey. You walk it the way you want to walk it. We've got man holding heart. This is why I related it to possibly a relationship. It doesn't necessarily have to be a male, but this is an offer of love, an offer of companionship, working together. This is partnerships. So yes, the journey is your own. Is this person a part of the journey? Are you wanting to do this work with them? And possibly it might be one of them ones where people might be tugging at your heartstrings. So be very, very mindful that this person's got a way with their words. You know, they got a sugary and sugar tongue, and when they talk it might weaken down, you know what I'm saying, or they just got the gift of the gab, you know what I'm saying. So realistically, for you to know what it is that you want, communication is key. It's a perfect time to have communication, perfect time to let it all hang out. Let it all, you know, put the cards on the table. Put the cards on the table. This is what it is. This is what I'm going to do. This is what we can do together. You know what I mean? And this is what I want. So for some of you, this is the one to watch. Yeah? The gift of the gab. They know what they're saying. They can spin you a yarn. Yeah? And then for others, this is the person who you feel comfortable to open up with because they're first handing you their heart. They're open to that. So it is a way of discernment, you know, and I feel as though, like I said at the beginning, it feels as though it's about you trusting yourself and trusting your own intuition and trusting the decision making. I think because you don't trust yourself or you don't know what you're going to look like post this is why you're stalling. So take some time on loving on yourself. So yeah, I'm saying the stalling thing ain't there because you're like, no, I know what I need. And even if it's a thing where you're saying, I'm not quite ready to cut off from this situation yet, then continue on the sauce until you're ready to come off. You know, sometimes going cold turkey ain't the one. Sometimes we need to just take it in stages. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, all right, I'm not quite ready to get off of that yet, but I'm going to start cutting down. So it's not going to be an everyday thing. It's going to be like 3 times a week. And then it goes down to 2 times a week. And then it goes down to, do you know what I mean? It might just be a gradual thing, and be cool with yourself and be honest with that so that you're not beating yourself up. Because sometimes we are hooked onto certain triggering things or toxic situations because it's familiar. You know what I'm saying? And it's sweet same way. You know what I'm saying? Even if later on your belly are up, you're in the moment, it was sweet. So I get it. Be kind to yourself in that as well. And I think that's what's causing the anxiety. I know better, but my body says. I know better, but my body says. My mind says this, my body says that. So there is this, like I said, this confusion state. And I think this confusion state now is where the anxiety is coming from. Because it's like higher self versus the 3D realm. You know, it's that, oh, I know etherically I should be, you know, I know that this is that, but my body or the 3D, I kind of want to indulge in this and I want to look over there. But be kind to yourself. Like I said, we're all growing. We're all trying to find our way. There's not one of us that's got the secret thing, the secret sauce, and is utilizing it all the time. It just doesn't work like that. You know, we are doing this thing in stages, and the anxiety will come from the fact that you want to do well. You know, there is I want to do well, I want to hit the mark, I always want to be up here. Sometimes what happens in and around that means sometimes that can be jeopardized. So be mindful of that. There might be a little bit of oohs and lahs in the tummy, a little bit of butterflies. It's normal, it's okay. If you want to call them, you can call them. Just know that if it's just straight sugar, enjoy the sugar. But know that after a while, your teeth might hurt you. So you might need to drink some water, take a little sip. You get what I'm saying? Just to wash away some of the thing. You know, sometimes when you eat sweets and the teeth's giving you the thing, it's like, yeah, I need to take a break. Let me drink some water. Let me not eat no sweets today. You know what I'm saying? So it's completely up to you. This is what it is. Where are you at? If you need that level of nurture and you want that communication and you need that energy right now, then go for it. But be mindful that this is a decision you are making. So whatever comes out of it, you put on your big girl pants or your big dude pants and you're like, all right, whatever comes from this comes from this. This is what I wanted. I called this into my space. So then the belly aching is down at a minimum now because you don't already know what it is. You get what I mean? So be cool. You know what I mean? Live the life. Be comfortable with the decision. So if you are feeling weak right now to the sweets, so be it. You know what I'm trying to say? Just drink some water, brush your teeth, spend some time away from it here and there, and you will find that there's a balance. Until you feel confident enough. This is why I'm saying going back into self, lifting your vibration, knowing your worth. These things happen over time. And then soon enough, you ain't going to want that again. You know what I mean? You feel much more better, you know, so there's that too. So I've been led to go into the angels of abundance. Looks like it's just oracles today. We'll go with the flow. My 10 were just oracles. So that was already a message all in itself about the tarot for the deets, you know. So it's all that, you know. See what they've got to say. Why are you leading us here? What's this message? Right, so we've got 3 messages that come out. So it looks like it's definitely a, you know, all in a row. So we've got 3 here, and then we've got 3 here. So the first one we've got under journey, because I feel like these all relate to the card. So related to the journey card, the one where you're learning, you're on your grind, tread the road, you know. We've got raise or promotion. So it says, congratulations, an increase in your abundance flow awaits you. This is a result of your positive focus, excuse me, and willingness to take action based on your divine guidance. Keep up the good work. So the journey is about the change, raise or promotion. You get what I mean? Somebody seeing that they want you on their team. Maybe it's a change in your career altogether. Maybe you're working with a different team now. Maybe you're working on a different project. And now moving to that thing means that you get more money or you get promoted. People see what it is that you have in, you know, under your, in your possession. And they want a bit of it. And they're like, yeah, bring them on the team. We need you. We like your vibe, you know, so you're promoted, you're seen. And I really like that. That's amazing. With this man holding heart, this offer of love, offer of companionship, offer of partnerships, this message says, God is your source. So it says, everything you need is supplied by the infinite source of God, and your faith opens the doorway to receive it. In God, there is no lack or limitation. Rather, there is plenty of abundance for all to share. So again, if this one person who you're dealing with isn't the thing and you don't really want to go there, there is abundance of people around. You've got the source here. We've got the perfect team in and around the people that you have around your circle. And if you haven't, you know, for some people, they feel like they haven't necessarily met their soul tribe, they're on their way. There is an infinite source of possibilities, an infinite source of people who are around. There is no need to do this alone. There is no need to be an island. There are many different people around us who we can take bits from. We don't have to take the whole thing. There is no lack. There is nothing but abundance. And where we get the lack mentality is in that lack of worth. And remember, we are trotting this journey to build that. So not to feel any way about that. It's just a reminder. It's just a little thing to say, don't worry yourself, everything all right. Make sure to know that the Most High's got your back regardless. So there is no lack. There is everything here to attain and to achieve and to receive. So we give thanks and praises for that. With the anxiety, possibly like I was saying, this need to know what's going on, the nervousness about how things are going to work out, this conclusion, this destination. Not so much destination. How do I feel while I'm trotting? Do I need to take a break? Do I need to take a little juice? You know what I mean? Do I need to look at my sat nav again? Do I need to, you know what I'm saying? It's not necessarily when I get there, it's how do I feel while I'm trotting? You know what I mean? That's what it is. Am I comfortable in this car? Is this driver safe? You know them ones? Sometimes you just, what is that feeling about? And sometimes those things are pricking to you to really analyze the situation. So be of a mind of diligence, and be of a mind that you are seeing from your third eye and not just from your 2 physical eyes. This is etherical seeing now, you know. So we've got visualize abundance in all forms. So again, along with our anxiety, to support this and to help with that energy, God gave you such great spiritual power that everything you visualize eventually becomes reality. So again, be mindful. Hold a steady vision of which is beautiful, healthful, positive, and filled with blessings. And that is what you will experience. So yes, the nerves and anxiety makes it be, I want this, I'm not sure. But that anxiety comes from wanting to get things right, wanting to be at the right side of the situation, wanting to be all you can be. And when you see that it isn't, it can cause a whole amount of low vibration and depression. when you haven't hit the mark, or if you haven't, you know. So what they're saying that is visualize what you want in this space. So maybe you might be confused, and maybe you visualize you clarity. You know, maybe you start wearing the clear quartz. Maybe you start reciting that I am clear in my plan. I am I know what I am doing. I trust in the process. I am no longer foggy minded. I am diligent when I make moves. I see from my third eye. I move from the crown chakra energy. You know, just talk it, visualize it, and that is what you will have. But it does take time, so don't beat yourself up if it's not something you can start straight away, or you don't see the results straight away. Give it time, because remember, anxiety can mess with your energy flow. You know, and remember, we're dealing with the universe, and our universe likes clear messages. You know, so sometimes we can mess that up with how we're feeling. So just be mindful of that. Lastly, let's get some animal advice in closing. But yeah, man, this one kind of was hitting me differently, man. Tummy feels a bit sick. Well, I don't know where that's from, but yeah, that hit me differently. I know what parts this is definitely me as well, because whew, I've been a little shookhead, guys. The anxiety's been killing me. But you know, I've been pushed to do stuff, and it's been necessary. So we give thanks and praises. So for the astrology guys, not astrology, the numerology guys, see, because I'm not at that stage of my development, I need to do research. Yeah, so I'm just going to call out the numbers, those who can do that, you know, breaking it down and blah blah blah. Yeah, I'm saying you, this is a field day for y'all. Yeah, so we've got a number 7, be spirit, sweet results await. Yeah, hey, so sweet results are awaiting. Okay, number 7.
That's my number.
All right. I love that. So sweet results await. Things are happening. Sweet things are soon forward for no. Yes, so wheat. And we spoke about sweets, didn't we, today? So, you know, enjoy. But, you know what I'm saying? Just know what time it is. And then we've got 39. Moth spirit, surrender now. There you go. Like I said, surrender to it. Go with the flow. What is it that you're after? What you need in this moment? What needs to be released? So surrender. Number 39 that was. Number 30, we have grasshopper spirit, take a leap of faith. Yeah, man, for those who are being on the fence, take a leap of faith, knowing that the Most High is your source. You know, the Most High is your source. You're going to be fine. Take the leap of faith. We have number 31, groundhog spirit, time to let go. So if you didn't hear it the first time, it's time to let go. Yeah, you know what that is for. Take your time. It doesn't have to be done right this minute, you know. And what does that mean for you? What do you need to let go of? You know, it could just be the expectation of the bigger picture that you've always seen. Maybe that's what you need to let go of. And maybe a new picture need to be seen, you know, with that visualization. You know? So then lastly, we have koi fish spirit, number 36. There is always enough. So no lack, there is always enough. Yeah, there's no need for you to scrap at it. There's enough to go around. Doesn't have to be dog eat dog. There's enough. You know, even if the cupboards look a bit light, there's always enough. You can put 2 and 2 things together and every miko make a moko, you know, if you make it happen for yourselves. You know what I mean? And this comes from fully understanding that you have what it is that you need, even if it's looking kind of sparse. You know, it's about utilizing what you have. And like I said, making, you know, every miko make a mako, which means everything that is around can be utilized and multiplied and put together. You know, so again, with this communication, someone might have the puzzle piece of what you need, and you've got something that they have. So again, there is always enough. Communication is key. Relationships are here to enlighten us about who we are. We're here to support others as well. So be mindful that all of this is your journey alone. However, we are interlinked with so many beautiful beings for a reason. So utilize them, and the ones who you've got to that ultimate level with, and there's no more stuff. You know, when you got to that job and it's like, I've got everything that I can get out of that. I've learned that, you know, I've got the experience. I need something else. I need a new level. And that's where it's at. So my lovelies, this is the energy. You got this, Holmes. You got this. You got this.
Jeez. I love that. I love that. And I like how all of your stuff actually interlinked with themselves.
Yeah.
And at the same time, it interlinked with what has been going on. Because I was thinking, when you said man holding heart, and you was talking about, you know, a person, I was sitting there thinking, well, you could take it out of the physical and you could think about bad habits.
Yes.
Maybe something is just sweeting you right now
Yes.
in this moment. And when you think about the Taurus Scorpio eclipse, that's what it's all really about. It's about material versus the emotional, what's deep underneath and what is sustaining that. So it could have been that, you know, I don't know, but me, over that time, I went in.
Indulgent.
Yeah, I was going in. So last week I had to almost like such a clear out, but it was, you know, I was going backwards and forwards. So I feel like it could be that it could just be something is sweet in you. It's got your heart, you know. But you need to travel light. Like you said, we're trying to travel light out here. So it's about, you know, letting that go, because when you're seeking the pleasure for the sake of pleasure, it does create anxiety, because you can never have enough pleasure, and it's never enough in the long run, you know. And then talking about, you know, letting that go and there being no lack whilst you're traveling light, it's like having that minimalist sort of mindset of only really going for the things that you actually need to build your character. That's what was at least coming to me. And I think that really aligns with the full moon, because, you know, full moons is when we get to release. We didn't do much burning the last month because of the eclipse season. It was like, this is just chaos. Burn what you like.
It was too much stuff.
We get it burnt. Do you know what I mean? The universe lit up his lighter. So we're definitely going to be bringing that back on this one. So I feel that anybody,
necessary.
it is. It's necessary for us to, when we've gone through heavy times, to kind of be able to move forward and let go of what we need to let go. Because I'm sure a lot of people that had things that sweetened them, things have changed. Being in hospital reminded me that she didn't need so many things.
Yeah, I missed a lot of the thingamabobs. Like to see the interaction that goes on the screen.
And guys, just thank you for the interactions. And yes, Adiola, you know, we was all praying for you, and we're glad that you're out and you're better. But it does, you know, things like that, when you encounter those sort of things for yourself and even sometimes with others, it does make you realize what in life. No weed for a month. Imagine.
True. Yeah, that's what my eye rise up, Mr. Blue. Sometimes the clear mind necessary. And then we're ready for take the inspiration, you know what I mean, for the healing of the nation. You know, a different vibe still, you know. Everything for your season, for your reason, you know.
But, and even now you don't, well, that's the thing, is sometimes when the body clears, you know, it's because sometimes it's just the body. It's not, you don't actually want it as much as you do. It's just the body has been adapted to it because it's got those chemicals. And so you've more likely had a flush, you know, you've more likely evolved. I imagine you traveling places, you know, I was surprised I didn't see some story collage of everywhere you went. I come back with it.
Yeah, you know.
With that, but yeah, guys, with regards to all of that as well, you know, it is good to stop stuff in stages, but if you've had a clear like indication that something is not for you, you know, and you want to use a portal, full moons are great to just let things go and take control, you know, especially that Mercury's coming out of the Taurus sign, so it's not in the nodes, it's more clear-headed, you know, and it will allow you to say, maybe I just need to dash everything to do with this thing in the bin. Yeah, like if it's the bun, you dash the grinder, you dash the everything. You take everything that is from that toxic thing and you say, do you know what? I can't live with you in my house no more, because I'm gonna touch you if you're here, you know. And so remember, there's times you have to do it, times you have to be kind to yourself. So it's up to you to really look at the things that you need based on where you're going, because that's what this is about. It's
That's
about that.
right.
Is this coming from me? Is this taking me where I want to go? Is this helping my mind the way it needs to be? You know, if you need to burn it, yeah, burn it. If that's something that you're committing to, just burn it. You have 2 weeks, so you, oh, I want it, and then, you know, everything is cool. But guys, I want to say thank you so much for coming. You know, every time you're on here, we just love the support. We appreciate you. You know, join up to the newsletter. Everybody who signed up to the newsletter will get 20% off all of my products for the foreseeable future. I don't know when I'll stop that. The full moon meditation is on Tuesday, 9 o'clock. Make sure that you've got your journals and you've got some paper so we can write out everything that's coming up, and we can just burn it, you know, and release. Remember to be kind to yourself. So I don't know if Empress wants to be saying this, but I'm going to say it for you. Empress has actually started up a Patreon account, right? So make sure you subscribe. Anybody who does subscribe will get free access to our meditations as well, plus all of the extra content, all of the extra tarot stuff. So, you know, you cannot miss out on that. And yeah, we've got the coaching, we've got the readings that we do as well. We've got Reiki as well up in the building. Yes, Empress is killing the game. Make sure that, you know, you jump on and you support. For those who came late to watching the video, this will be posted up on the page as well. And, you know, last but not least, as I always say, remember that you are perfect by design. Have a blessed day, guys, and we'll see you on Tuesday.
See you guys. Big up yourself.